right, it's the Big E here in the Sports Barn. What is it? It's Monday the 3rd of April, midday-ish. We're trying to keep up here. So much going on. Well, the good news is we're off to a smoking start here in the MLB season, season 3 of a 10-year project to win at sports betting. So, promising results early on this year. I think we're something stupid like 12 wins and 3 losses. I think we're up 8 units so far to start the season. That's crazy stupid good. Over the weekend, I know we basically just swept the board, including that crazy dumb win at Boston where the Orioles outfielder drops the 27th out to beat us, and then the next guy hits a home run to put us in the winner's circle. So we'll pay for that later on, I'm sure, but for now, we'll keep the money. We got 6 games for you here on this Monday, so let's get to it. We're late. Just can't get nothing done right now. Everything's just piled on top of me right now, so I'm trying to do everything, and the problem is I'm old, and I just can't do stuff as fast as I used to do it. So that's a problem. But at any rate, now let me give you this website where I'm posting the bets. I've only told it to you 19 times. So for the 20th time, here it is. Bet. Bet stamp. Bet stamp. Like a stamp, like I stamp my foot. Or I put a stamp on a letter. Bet stamp. That's where you go. You look for my name, Eric Arnold, and then whatever I've played, I post it there. That way, when I don't have time to make a video, which is becoming more and more frequent, you can see what I'm doing. So that's my effort to keep you apprised of what I'm doing. So there you have that. All right, what do we got here? We're going to take early, and I don't know what time these games go. I don't remember. We just have, names written down here. We're going to take... Now, I don't know if these are the numbers I got overnight. I have no idea what the odds are now. The Cubs plus 121 against the Reds. Plus 21. That's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah, that'd be a good deal, wouldn't it? Let's get that right. Minus 121. I don't know if the Reds are that bad. I certainly don't think the Cubs are that good. But Drew Smiley's pitching for the Cubs, and he generally owns the Reds. So we're going to go ahead, say the Reds are feeling themselves after winning a series against the Pirates. The Reds in first place. The Reds are in first place. Where else are you going to go? Go Reds. And we won twice with the Reds over the weekend. So Big E giveth, taketh away. Take the Cubs. Phillies 0-3. The Phillies are 0-3. And I told my brother that they would get off to a slow start. And he went, whatever nonsense he talks. He's a Democrat, so most of what he talks is nonsense. But I think the Phillies get well here tonight. We're going to take a shot. As an underdog, pretty good price there, 148 at Yankee Stadium. Believe it or not, the Phillies have played pretty well on those big stages like Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium. They need this game. I mean, it's getting late early. You're 0-3. Now you got 3 at New York. You don't want to come home 0-6. All that good feeling about, we made the World Series, let's all be happy. You come home to Philadelphia starting the season 0-6. it's not going to be happy, happy, joy, joy, let's all hug. No, it will not. So my advice to the Rob Thompson, Captain Canada, win the game. Win a game. So, and I think he will tonight. This is and you're going to ask, why are you doing this? Pirates plus 145 at Boston. All I could think of here is it's early. It's April. You often get some value on underdogs in April. In that underdogs in April, this is as good as they're going to be. Their squads are healthy for the most part, and they're generally not that much worse than the really good teams. Now, what makes the really good teams better than teams like the Pirates? Well, they have backups. They have guys that they can replace when they get hurt. The Pirates don't. So once the Pirates take some injuries, like all teams do, they have no one else to put in. Whereas a good team like, say, the Phillies or the Yankees, they have backups. So that's where you see the separation start to take place latter parts of the season. It's a marathon. Teams like the Pirates don't have the chops to go the distance in an MLB season, whereas good teams, the good organizations do. They have backups, something the Pirates don't have. But they're healthy right now, so they don't need backups. So we'll take the price. We'll take the Pirates tonight plus 145. Let's go to Kansas City. What do we get here? We're going to take the Blue Jays at a short favorite price, minus 130. Not hateful, not hateful. The Blue Jays, one of these teams that many people are picking to go to the World Series, if not win it all. They're at a bad team. You're only laying 130 to play a good team against a bad team. That's not terrible. I think we'll go ahead and do that. Jose Barrios, not crazy about him, but he has had some pretty good luck against the Royals. The Blue Jays, I think, coming off a tough series at St. Louis, which we believe is the best team in the league. So I think they're going to find the going a little more favorable at Kansas City. We'll go ahead and say the Blue Jays get well tonight, beat the Royals. Going down here to Dallas. And we're going to play the Orioles against the Rangers. The Rangers feeling themselves 3-0 after sweeping the Phillies. We're going to say that's a little bit of fool's gold. For whatever reason, the Rangers just have it over the Phillies. They've won like something dumb, like 13 straight games in a row against the Phillies. So now, guess what the Orioles aren't? The Phillies. So a new team coming into town, and we think that's going to reset the Rangers in a negative way. The Orioles scored a bunch of runs in Boston, but only got one win. And should have had two, because their dumb outfielder dropped the ball to make us winners, luckily. But we think the Orioles looking like a team that is on the move, that is every bit as good as the Rangers. We're going to go ahead and take the price, 120 with the Orioles. Last but not least, now you got to be saying to yourselves, I thought you hated the Angels. Well, yeah, we're not crazy about them. That's a bad franchise. But it's early. Again, it's early. Last year, I think the Angels opened up. They were like playing .600 baseball for the first month. Then they lost like 2 games in a row, and they fired Joe Madden, and that was the end of their season. So it's early. They have played pretty well up in Seattle. That's who they're playing, Seattle. So we're going to say the Angels keep it close, sneak one out here at Seattle. Now, I've been thinking about the trivia question that I've posed to you people about the Angels, in that it fascinates me that you got two first ballot Hall of Famers, and Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, and this franchise is so bad. How is this possible? Has this ever happened before? I have had a real tough time finding a historical comp to this team, the Angels. Every one I've looked at where I've found these first ballot Hall of Famers that the team was bad, at some point the team had won. In other words, the mid-'80s Orioles with Cal Ripken Jr. and Eddie Murray, they were terrible. There were some bad Red Sox teams around late 80s, early 90s with Roger Clemens and Wade Boggs. The Yankees in the 80s had Ricky Henderson and Dave Winfield. They weren't terrible, but they didn't win. They're winning in the 80s. So I don't know. Even as I said, the Red Sox did go to the World Series in 1986 with Clemens and Boggs. The Orioles won the World Series in 1983 with Ripken and Murray. So very difficult. It's probably a better example out there. I just haven't come across it yet. So who knows? Maybe that's a point going forward that the Angels just cannot lose as much as they have been. That they will win. How can you not win? You've got two first ballot Hall of Famers at the peak of their powers. For God's sakes. Well, all we need them to win is tonight. So that's, beyond that, tomorrow's promised to no one. All right, that's what we got. Cubs, Phillies, Pirates, Blue Jays, Orioles, Angels. Hey, thanks for being here. I'm Arnold. I believe in winning baseball. We'll talk again.